Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Finally, right? I am super excited about this piece. It is a 16-inch deep square canvas. And yes, I am painting over something. I was going to do a brushwork piece, and then I realized I wanted to do the piece larger. So I thought, you know what? This is kind of a nice size, and it's a square for a cloud pour. So I have quite a few paints mixed up in my studio right now. So I tried to pick, um, some of the colors that I really love, and then picked a piggy that I really have never used before and just got it recently, which is Taffy, which is a really kind of beautiful. I don't know, it looks like a cobalt blue to me. So that's actually the first color we're going in with is the cobalt. I'm sorry, is the Taffy, this Little Piggy pigment. We're going in first with that one. And again, this is a 16-inch square deep edge canvas. Next, I'm going to go in with a turquoise green. Those two colors right there are just so lovely together, and I really was hoping that the taffy would be really pretty on top of the green. So this is my Vallejo Pearl Medium and Artist Loft Soft Body Cloud Mix. There are no satin enamels in that. It's totally not needed. So this is an ultramarine blue. I've been on about ultramarine blue lately. Really liked it. Then I'm going to go in with velvet of this Little Piggy. I don't have too much left, so I think I scraped my cup out. Yeah. Scraping out those piggies. All right, next, this is actually a Paynes gray, but I had some indigo left over as well, so I just mixed them together. So this is actually Paynes gray and indigo. Then I'm going to go back in with my cloud mix. And in case you guys didn't know, all my paints are quite thick. This is a thick cloud pour. I think when you do thicker cloud pours, you can get really beautiful effects. Three-dimensional effects. That was the ultramarine blue again, and now I'm going to scrape my velvet out and get that in there. Then I believe I finish off with this Paynes gray indigo mix. There's not a lot of indigo in there, just a little bit. Oh, I needed a little bit more paint. Yeah, I was looking at this remembering like, wait, do I need more paint or is that it? I think that's it. Okay, so here is a flow extender. So this flow extender is definitely thinner than the rest of my paints. The rest of my cloud pour paints have about a 3-second trace in the cup. The flow extender that I use is probably about a 1-second trace. And here is the pour out of the cup. I can't stress to you guys, can't stress enough how low I am to the canvas, you guys. I'm really, really low to the canvas, and you really just want to take your time out in the pour out. I think that, it's definitely a patience kind of thing. You definitely need patience to take your time in this pour out. So sometimes I just let the weight of the paint do the folding, the paint folds. Sometimes I kind of help it along just a little bit there. I'm kind of moving my hand back and forth, my arm back and forth. But I definitely wanted a twist in this one. And like I said, there wasn't too much of a method to my madness in picking the colors that I had. I knew I wanted it kind of dark around the outside and then lighter on the inside, which a lot of times I'll flip that and I want it dark in the center and then, you know, dark at the end as well. So this time I just, I don't know, I just kind of went a different way than what I normally would have went. So, but here we are getting close to the end because there's my pigment that's coming out. So I'm just going to let you guys watch this. Because this is a square, there is a lot of tilting, but I do spin as well. But I just want you to know that I definitely sped up a lot of this video when I tilt. So all I can say with your tilting is take your time. Don't rush it. Okay, so I will be back shortly. Hey guys, I'm back. Thanks for hanging in with me. I know it's still kind of slow going. I think with this piece, because it's a square, it was kind of like, do I cover up the corners? Do I leave them dark? I think that's why I do prefer pouring on a round, because you kind of get to keep that round shape. In a square, you either have to cover them or you don't cover them. I don't know. Maybe that's a silly thing to think of. and I was also really kind of looking at this going, I know I'm going to lose some of that blue area. And I know that blue area is a semi-transparent, that ultramarine blue, and it is laying on top of a black. So Paynes gray. So it's definitely a darker color underneath. So I kind of was thinking about that as well, knowing in the drying it was going to be a little different. And if I lost some of that vibrant blue, would I be okay with it? That's just kind of some of the things that go through my mind. But, I really liked the the pour out of this cup. There's lots of clouds. I love that the taffy on top of that turquoise green kind of made a really beautiful turquoise blue. So there's like that taffy turquoise blue center, which is quite heavy. I used a good amount of pigment in that center. And then you have that little bit of turquoise green there, which I think is kind of nice and unexpected with the ultramarine blue around the outside. So, I really looked at this piece for a while. I think that's why it took me so long, and I'm still futzing with it back and forth and positioning it on my spinner in a certain way to pull certain areas off. But and then just making sure I have enough paint off of this canvas. But pretty much done, and I was happy with it. So here are the details. Got lots of great lacing down at the bottom. The velvet is down throughout here as well. So you're going to see that vibrant kind of blue flash. That's the velvet pigment. And you can definitely see where the ultramarine kind of has that purple tint. Yeah, I think the velvet with the ultramarine is just really, really vibrant and fun. Lots of great cloudy effects. Clouds have some depth to them. Now this is getting into where the taffy is kind of laying across that green, that turquoise green, and giving kind of a turquoisey blue. I just love that little slice of turquoise green right there. Sorry guys, I can't keep it in focus. And the center is nice. I really can't wait to varnish this piece. It dried beautifully, and there will be a dried little video here in a second, but that's pretty much it. Here's a still. Let me know what you think of this, guys. The 16-inch deep edge canvas. Yeah, let me know what you think. Here it is dry. Here comes the dried video. Dried beautifully. And you definitely still see that blue, but see how it's more subdued now as it dried? But once I varnish it too, it will kind of pop back up and be a little brighter again. But I'm actually I wanted this kind of effect, so I'm not mad about it. All this pigment will be super sparkly. Anyway, you guys, that's it. Thanks for hanging with me. I hope you enjoyed this piece. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, guys, bye.